This is a story of how I escaped a very awkward situation and I helped a young bride escape a mistaken marriage. For real. I DJ'd weddings for about 10 years, and we all have crazy DJ stories, if you've ever known a DJ. People drink a lot, things get nuts. Everything was set up normally the way it should have been. I had met with the bride and groom 3 weeks prior. We discussed the entire schedule of events, and we go over everything that they want. They were super cool people. We had a great time meeting. Show up, set up, everything's going swimmingly until it's time for her to walk out and get married. And her mother's sister was their coordinator, and she had a complete and total meltdown. It just occurred to me now as I'm speaking, some of these people could be in the room, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. She had a complete and total meltdown, the shakes, a lot of this, snapping and yelling at people, and the bride is just silent, frozen, doesn't know what to do with herself. So this is where I realize I have to step in. So I come over, and I just start directing people. I need you to grab the back of her dress, and I need you to spread it out. When this happens, you're going to head in. I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3, a little knock on the window. You guys are going to walk out. Everybody calms down. We get it going on, and the whole thing wraps up nicely, and they get married. So that's like one heart attack avoided. The other one is the grand entrance. Those are the two big ones for DJs that we have to get just right. Because if there's a problem in a wedding, they blame the DJ almost every time for some reason. So I'm administering the reception. It's going wonderfully. We cut the cake, open the dance floor, and nobody gets on the dance floor. It's dead, except for the bride. And so I start doing what DJs are supposed to do. I start playing the songs. I turn on the Cupid Shuffle. I go out in the crowd with a microphone. I start inviting people out. No one will dance. No one from the groom's party. The groom won't dance with her. All of her bridesmaids are sitting there, and everyone is just staring at her. So it's last-ditch effort to kind of save this. I go on the dance floor with her and her aunt, and the three of us are just kind of jamming one song only, just one song, right? We can't be too invasive as DJs. So I come back up, we wrap things up. It's time for the grand exit, okay? And the groom comes out for the grand exit. We have photographers, we have sparklers, we have confetti. He's already changed out of his tuxedo, and he's in a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. She's in her dress, right? So I have no judgments. I don't care. People can do whatever they want. It's fine. But we do the grand exit. It was on point, right? And it's over. So I'm like, good. 3 days later, I get a message from the bride, and she says, I'm getting a divorce. So my first thought is, why is she messaging me, right? And not her mother's sister or whatever. She said, we've been in Colorado for 3 days. I realized he's not the man that I thought he was, and I want to go out to dinner with you. So this has never happened before, and I'm like, what the hell is going on right now? So I didn't know what to say, and I can't really remember what I said. I just told her, hey, listen, I don't think that's going to work. You're married. And that's the direction I went in. And she says, I don't care. It was wrong. And so I go in. I'm a father of 4. I go into, like, counseling mode. She just became a little 5-year-old girl. And I was like, sweetheart, here's what we're going to do. And I was like, have you ever been to counseling? Because this is something that you need some help to get through. And I talked her out of thinking that I was something, and she kept coming at me. She said, you're fun, you were dancing at my wedding, and I'm like, I was trying to help. And so I convinced her to see a therapist and work through that situation. I finally called my boss. I'm like, dude, it's been 3 days after that happened, and she's continuing to contact me. And he said, dude, this is bad for business. You cannot date her. And I'm like, I don't want to date her, you know? So we're still connected on Instagram, but we have not spoken in 4 years, which is great. But the day after, I had to return an iPod to her mother's sister at Louis because she left it there. And her mother's sister didn't know that they had split. So that was super strange, and I dropped it off and gave her a hug, congratulations, and I just backed out of Louise. And that's how I escaped a super awkward situation, and she got out of her marriage. There you go.